Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman in Studio B for the Strat O Matic Baseball Network, and we are in Los Angeles for some Sunday night baseball. Got a great one here, opening day for these teams. Ernie Broglio for the Cardinals and Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers. I'll be back with the lineups in just a few minutes. Hey, Rhodes Scholar. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We're changing it right now. Thank you. Good eye. That should refresh for you very shortly. Thank you. Good evening. I hope you're well, Rhodes Scholar. Ron McGrath is in the house. Great to see you. Tell you, that was one hell of a game this afternoon in real world football. I can't remember who was playing. And now the Dolphins are winning at halftime. We have quite a ball game here for you, folks. It's the 1964 replay, and this is only game 6. It's April 14, 1964. Lyndon Johnson is the President of the United States. And it's opening day here at Dodger Stadium. This is the first of a 2-game series. We have the St. Louis Cardinals at the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. Ernie Broglio will start for the Cardinals, and Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers. Koufax, the left-hander. Koufax, the most valuable player last year. He ended up being hurt a bit in real world. He only had 28 starts, which is low for him. Interesting story here as we get ready to go through the lineups is Ernie Broglio. It gets very confusing for me, but he started with the Cardinals. In fact, he had about 2 or 3 really good seasons in the early 60s. Then he was traded to the Cubs this year for Lou Brock. At least that was... Broglio was one of the players. Let's look at our opening lineups here. As our tweet is up and it should be good. There it is. It is very pretty. For the St. Louis Cardinals, leading off at second base, and it's nice to be able to use him. Julian Javier, who you could see at 535 at-bats, he was injured at the end of the season and could not play in the World Series except for maybe 1 or 2 pinch hitting appearances. Julian Javier, leading off at second base. Batting second at shortstop is Dick Rote. Batting third at first base, Bill White. The cleanup hitter, and I think you'll like this one, playing left field, Charlie James. And he ended up being traded to the Mets, or I believe the Mets. Batting fifth, the real-world MVP of the National League in '64, Ken Boyer at third base. Batting fifth in right field is Karl Warwick. Interesting to look at their lineup in contrast to the lineup that they used in the World Series when we played that. And especially to see batting seventh in center field, Curt Flood. Look at that. Batting eighth, and this is true, he started this game, the catcher, Bob Uecker. Eventually they had a pinch hitter for him, and McCarver came in. And batting ninth, the pitcher, a right-hander, Ernie Broglio. 7-12 on the season, with a 3.81 ERA. Ernie Broglio. And now for the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. Leading off at shortstop is Maury Wills. Batting second at second base, Jim Gilliam. Batting third in center, Willie Davis. He had a fine year. Stole 42 bases, and he's a Double-A. The cleanup hitter in left field, Tommy Davis. Batting fifth at first base, Ron Fairley. Batting sixth in right, Frank Howard. Batting seventh and catching, Johnny Roseboro. He's a 2-3. And you know, I got a little tired of him not being on the Dodgers on the 69 team. He was traded to Minnesota. I don't know if that was involved the Karnowski trade, but I believe, wait a minute, maybe not. Batting eighth at third base, John Warehouse, 193 hitter, 83 at bats. And the pitcher, warming in the bullpen, left-hander, Sandy Koufax, the most valuable player last year. His numbers this year, 19 wins, 5 losses, with a 1.74 ERA and a perfect 1 strikeout per inning ratio. Koufax is coming out of the bullpen. He's done. And in a couple minutes we'll be ready to play ball here. We're so glad that you have decided to join us. It's time for Dodger baseball. And it's a beautiful evening here at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. And the Los Angeles Dodgers take the field. And Koufax on the mound, the left-hander, who had just such an amazing season in 1963. Fairley at first, Gilliam at second, Warehouse at third, Wills at short. Outfield, Davis in left, Tommy Davis, Willie Davis in center, Howard in right, Koufax on the mound, catching him Roseboro. It looks like Koufax is done with his warm-ups. Roseboro throws it to second. They're going around the horn. And Julian Javier will lead it off for the St. Louis Cardinals. Such a pleasure here to be able to use Koufax. Okay, Koufax is ready. Javier in the batter's box. Here's the windup from Sandy and the pitch to Javier. 3-7, left-handed, and he grounds it to short for Wills. Over to Fairley, 1 away. And we're underway here at Dodger Stadium. Now Dick Grote is the batter. Grote is a B-bunter, but there's nobody on. Here's Sandy now. And the pitch to Grote. That's 2-8 left-handed. Oh my, that's hit well into the gap by Grote. And that's going to be a double. A 1-out double off his own card. Grote on second with 1 out. Now Sandy will work from the stretch facing Bill White. White, a left-handed hitter. This will be lefty-lefty here. Here's Sandy now from the stretch. The pitch to White. That's 1-9, left-handed, struck him out. And that's the first for Sandy. 2 outs. And here's Charlie James. Okay, Sandy on the rubber from the stretch. He's looking into Roseboro, getting the sign. He is set. And the pitch to James. That's 1-6 left-handed, and oh my, that's going to be a double down the line for James off Koufax. Grote scores. I don't know if I can handle this. This is not supposed to happen. And the Cardinals lead at 1-0. Koufax allowed the double to Grote with 1 out, and then with 2 outs, Charlie James doubled to bring home Grote. It's 1-0 Cards. And Ken Boyer is the batter. Sandy now. The pitch to Boyer. 5-7 right-handed, and he struck him out, and the side is retired. There was 1 run for the Cardinals on 2 hits, 2 doubles. James was left on. 2 strikeouts for Sandy. After a half at St. Louis 1. And the Dodgers coming to bat. Ernie Broglio on the mound, the right-hander. He's had some good seasons with the Cardinals. Here comes Maury Wills to lead it off for the Dodgers in the bottom of the first. Maury is a left-handed hitter. Switch hitting and batting left. Broglio is ready. The windup, pitch to Wills. That's 4-8, left-handed, and that is a base hit by Wills. It's also nice to have Wills with a double-A. He's 1-15, 1-16 with Euchre. And we're going to send him on the first pitch. Wills are 1-16 to steal second. He's on first with a nice lead. Here's Gilliam stepping up. He's a switch hitter also. He'll bat left against Broglio. And the pitch to Gilliam. Oh, there goes Wills. Stealing second, and he is safe. So Wills swipes second. He's in scoring position to tie up this ball game. Right. You see how bad that is? He probably didn't even quite know how to slide properly, you know. Really. He didn't spend a lot of time. That's a shame, Rick. Okay, Gilliam at the plate now. Here's Broglio. The pitch to Gilliam. That's 5-8. Switch hitter batting left. He grounds it to second. Wills will hold. As Javier throws to White for the first out. Now here's Willie Davis. Dodgers would have had 3 chances. They're down to 2 to bring Wills home. Broglio. The pitch to Willie Davis. 5-3 left-handed. Fly ball to right. That's going to be for Warwick, a 3-16. That's 5-3. And it's a base hit. Home comes Wills. It's a tie ball game. Warwick could not get that. Wills dashed home. We're all tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first. Davis is also at AA. Isn't that fine? Wow. Wills had 53 stolen. Davis had 42. Here's Tommy Davis now. We're going to send Willie Davis as a 1-16 on that AA. Why not? Here's Broglio. The pitch to Davis. That's 4-6. Oh, I'm sorry, he's going. This counts as he's going. I am so sorry. And he is out. Oh. So there's 2 away, nobody on. Once I commit, the next roll is for the stolen base, and just because I had forgotten doesn't mean that's not how it goes. So it's 2 outs, nobody on. And Tommy Davis is the batter. Still at the plate. Here's the pitch from Ernie. 4-5, right-handed, fly ball to right field for Warwick. And he makes the catch, and the side is retired, so we're all tied here. It was 1 run for the Dodgers on 2 hits, a stolen base by Wills, Willie Davis thrown out stealing, left on base. After 1, it's 1-1. And it's a beautiful night here. Yeah, I'm sure you're very pleased with that. Ron, I don't blame you. Looks like we're getting a report for attendance tonight. Wow, Dodger Stadium, 50,451. Wow, that's pretty close to capacity. They are the world champions. They swept the Yankees 4 straight. And out comes Koufax. Oh yeah, that's absolutely true, Rick. A lot of small ball. After 1, it's a great frickin' game, no doubt about it, Ron. Koufax on the mound. He'll face Warwick to start it off. Sandy into his windup. The pitch to Warwick. That's 4-9, right-handed, and he struck him out. That's number 3 for Sandy. And here's Kurt Flood. Koufax, the windup, and the pitch to Flood. 4-6 right-handed, and that is a fly ball to center. Willie Davis running for it. He makes the catch. And it's 2 away. And here's Bob Uecker. Yes, Bob Uecker. This is the 3rd year for Uecker. He's the backup catcher, and for some reason the Cardinals started him rather than... Now, he once hit a home run off of Koufax, or so he says, and I don't think he had any reason to make that up. So here's Uecker. He has end power against left-handers. Let's see what he can do here. Koufax. The pitch to Uecker. That's 2-5 left-handed. He walked him. So he lost Euchre there. His first walk for Sandy. And here's Ernie Broglio with 2 outs and Euchre on first. I'm sure he's an E. Is that right? That's wild, Rick. I imagine that the starters were Koufax, Drysdale. Was it Drysdale? And the third one I would guess would be, I don't know. God, I really don't know. It's not Padres. They swept them. Dodger pitching swept the Yankees in the 63 series. Okay, Broglio is a 3 WR facing Koufax. Euchre with a very short lead off first, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That's 4-8 right-handed, and he walked Broglio. So Koufax has walked 2 in order with 2 outs. And here's Julian Javier. All right, Koufax from the stretch, trying to get out of this inning here. The pitch to Javier. That's 3-6 left-handed. He pops it up to short. And Wills makes the catch. That will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 2 walks, both left on. Middle of the second, it's still 1-1, St. Louis and LA. You have an opportunity here to see one of the greatest pitchers in the history of baseball, Sandy Koufax. And just because he was hurt a bit in this season, if you look at his card, this is as good as any card he's ever had. Ernie Broglio, he allowed a run in the first, and he'll face Ron Fairley to start it off. Johnny Padres was the 3rd starter. Okay, I couldn't possibly guess who the reliever was. I don't know if Brewer was on the team yet. He was on this team, I believe. That's really, didn't realize so. Wait a minute. No, I'm gonna guess. Well, they had Brewer and Perinoski, so I don't know which one. One of them was probably the reliever. Okay, probably Brewer was the reliever. That's my guess. It's just a somewhat educated guess. Okay, Fairley leading it off for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the second. Broglio on the mound. Here's the pitch to Fairley. Ron Perinoski, okay, he died about a year and a half ago. Yeah, you may know that. 5'7" left-handed, chops it to second, Javier. He's at 230. I'll double check that. 30. That's 6'2", and he throws him out. So Julian, really good at second base. Fairly retired, and here's Frank Howard. And this was the time early in his career before Ted Williams coached him to be able to hold off bad pitches and make the pitchers pitch to him. He only walked 51 times. He hit a lot of bad balls. He hit 226 with 24 home runs, but you could see the power, okay? And once he learned how to hit better, if you will, he was awesome. So the big man, Frank Howard, is at the plate with 1 out. Here's Broglio, the pitch to Howard. That is 6-6, right-handed, grounds it to third. Ken Boyer fields it and throws him out 2-away. I'll tell you, that third base, first base, those corners, they're both ones. Javier a 2 at second, Grote is a 3 at short. But who would know when they get Lou Brock what he did for this team? Here's Roseboro, 2 outs, nobody on. Always special for me when I was a kid and the Dodgers were on national TV or playing the Mets. I could watch it on Mets TV or radio, listen. Really exciting. Of course, I wasn't involved this early. This was 2 outs, by the way, nobody on. Roseboro is stepping into the batter's box. Let me see. This is April. This is the spring of nursery school for me. I'm sorry, no, the spring of kindergarten. I'm in kindergarten right now. I know nothing of baseball or Dodgers or anything like that. I am 5, will be turning 6 years old in 12 days. I'm in my own little world. Meanwhile, in this world, Broglio, the pitch to Roseboro. That's 4-5 left-handed, and he flies it to left field for Charlie James, and he makes the catch, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Broglio. Looking very good there. We've gone 2 here at Dodger Stadium. It's a 1-1 frickin' game here. Is that Lifetime? And yeah, there is the home run. Yeah, thank you very much, Rick. Those are very, very nice. And he said it, he is just a talent, really. Comedy is hard, okay? I think it was Edmund Burke who said, dying is easy, comedy is hard. And he is one of the funniest freaking guys I've ever seen in my life, really. And he mentioned that once, I don't remember where. And that is some accomplishment. Okay, Koufax takes the mound. He's done with his warm-ups. Round the horn she goes as Dick Grote approaches the batter's box. He steps in now to face Koufax, top of the third. Dodgers were 2 games under 500 this season. I don't know if they came in 5th, or you could look it up. There are only 10 teams in each league. Here's Koufax now, the pitch to Grote. That's 6-10, right-handed, grounded to short for Wills. He's a 331. That's 5-3, and he throws him out. Nice play by Morey. Grote retired, and here's Bill White. This will be lefty-lefty. White's not exactly great against left-handers, but Johnny Keane, the manager, who puts him in the lineup for sure. Okay, Koufax. The pitch to White. 5 months old and 7, shy of 7. Oh, 5 months shy of 7. You're older than me. Okay. So you're about 3 years or 2.5 years older than me, something like that. That's probably what it is. Or 1.5. I'm not sure. Here's Koufax and the pitch to White. Lefty, 4-3. Struck him out. Look at that strikeout at 4-3. I'm not quite used to that. And that's the 4th for Sandy tonight, and the 2nd time he got Bill White to strike out. White, 103 strikeouts. It's 2 outs. Here's Charlie James. It's awfully nice when, you know, and don't feel obligated, but I just want to say, Rick, the gratitude when it's a beautiful accompaniment to the ball game when you and others post anything, by the way. But interesting facts like that just are fantastic. Okay, James doubled in the first, knocked home Grote. Oh my, intercepted by San Diego, LA Chargers. My God, we're in the third quarter, real world. Chargers 24, Dolphins 20, third quarter, 4 minutes, 4:30 remaining. And it was an interception in the end zone. Okay, Koufax right now with 2 outs, no one on. Here's the pitch to James, and that's 6'10", right-handed, grounds it to short. That's Wills again, and he's a 15-3, and he throws him out. Very nicely done. So it's a 1-2-3 for Sandy. Got his 4th strikeout. Both pitchers 1-2-3 innings. And we're heading to the bottom of the third. It's 1-1 here at Dodger Stadium. Having a good time here. It's beautiful Sunday night baseball here for the Strat O Matic 1964 replay, a Sunday night baseball that I can do, a 6 p.m. start Eastern. You know, anything later than that's not going to work out. We're waiting for Broglio to come out of the dugout. The Cardinals are on the field. Here comes Broglio. On the mound, taking his warm-ups. And leading it off will be John Warehouse. Broglio is ready. The pitch to Warehouse. Whoa, that's going to count. That's a 4-5, right-handed, flies it to right field, and Warwick makes the catch. And here comes Sandy. Holy cow, you were 10, so you're 2 years older than me, Aqualong. And that was your first big league game that you ever went to? And where was it? Was it in LA? I mean, I could... or were you somewhere else? Or where you lived? That's wild. You could say you saw one of the greats. LA, wow, you lived there? You lived there at age 10? That's wild. I considered the Dodgers with Koufax to be a mini dynasty, if you will, by winning in 63, 65, and 66, the pennants. You know what I'm saying? That was like not even a mini, it was a dynasty. This year, they didn't win the pennant, and it was a disappointment. Koufax was hurt, that was one part of it. Drysdale is very good this year. Okay, Sandy, South Orange County. Okay. That's nice memory. Broglio on the mound facing Koufax. Here's the pitch from Broglio. That's 6'3", right-handed hitter. Isn't that something? I didn't know that. He grounds it back to Broglio. He is a 210. That'll be 8-2. That'll be 10. Let's see if Broglio can handle this. That's 7. He does. He throws it to first, and Koufax is retired. What a shame, trying to slide. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. There was nothing like it. I mean, don't get me started on Koufax. I mean, maybe some other time we could talk about, I'll talk about my view of it. There is, you know that from 55 to about 60, he really was marginal as a pitcher. He threw hard, struck out a bunch, even appeared in the 59 World Series. I listened to it on radio when they were losing bad in a game. But it was not until 1961 when, and I don't remember who it was, one of the coaches said to him, "Why don't you just let up just a little?" He was trying to throw too hard. And when that happened, he became unhittable. He was 18-13 in 61, but starting in 62 through 66, 5 years, he was as great as any pitcher who ever played. And I think you'd have to agree. Here's Wills with 2 outs and nobody on. Wills singled, stole second, scored on the base hit by Willie Davis. We're all tied at 1. The pitch to Wills. That's 4-4. Switch hitter batting left, fly ball center. Flood, a 1-5. That's going to be 6-1. Whoa. And he makes the catch. Flood does in center, and the side is retired. That's another 1-2-3 for Broglio. And we've gone 3 here. It's a 1-1 ball game. I think both pitchers have settled down after letting up a run, each of them, in the first inning. We'll take a break for about 2 or 3 minutes. It's all tied up here, 1-1. St. Louis at the Dodgers in Los Angeles. Opening day for these clubs, April 14, 1964 replay. I will be back in just a couple of minutes. And this season, by the way, Rick, granted, he didn't pitch as much as he did in the others, but it's as good as any other. And his last season, he won his most games, 27. His ERA was below 2. That was as good as ever. I think he pushed himself, his body, beyond its limits, and that's why, partly why, he had such pain in his arm with arthritis, and even though he may have been obviously susceptible to it more than other pitchers, you take a Gibson, a Marichal, you know, they had longevity. So I'd love to interview him someday. You know, I spoke to him once, I'll just put it that way, but I was so nervous, and this was about a year and a half ago. I was so nervous, I couldn't talk to him anymore. I just thanked him for calling me. I called him, I got his number, and I left a message on his answering machine. And he freaking called me back, and I woke up. I was sleeping in a nap or something, and I got so nervous. I'm that way with some people. Others I'll approach. Another one was when I saw Joe DiMaggio. This was in like 94, 95. He's pretty old. He's sitting in a seat alone in the box seats, but sort of elevated a bit. and I saw him, and I just couldn't approach. You know what I'm saying? Such a legend. Of course, it's all in my head. They're people. Part of it may be I didn't want to break that, because I've met people who I thought were legends or whatever, and then I was disillusioned. After meeting them, the magic went away. I'll be back again in a couple minutes. All tied here at 1. Norm Sherry. Isn't that something? It's great. Thanks a lot, Rick, for finding that. He changed baseball. History, Norm Sherry. He also changed a little bit of how he let go of the ball or something, or how he let his hand or wrist go when he threw. I heard it was not only letting up a bit. Well, we're all tied here at 1 after 3. Both Koufax and Broglio allowed 1 run each of them in the first. We're all tied at 1. Sandy takes the mound, and here's Ken Boyer to lead it off. Norm Sherry. Wow. I think he was a pitcher, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Might take a pitcher to know that, huh? Okay, Sandy is ready. Boyer struck out in the first. Here's the pitch. That's 6-7, right-handed. Struck him out on a 6-7. In fact, he has one on 5-7 also. That's number 5 for Sandy tonight. And Karl Warwick is the batter. Norm Sherry, wow. You didn't catch what year that was. My guess would be it would be 61. Maybe the end of 60. I'm just guessing, of course. It might have been the middle of 61, sometime in 61. He was 18-13 in 61. That was quite an improvement. He turned out, they said he is a very good pitcher. Or, I don't know if they call him great yet, after pretty marginal years prior to that. He was 5-3 in 55. He was on the championship team. I don't know if he was on the World Series roster. Again, 5-2, 5-3 again the second year. And it went on to 1960, and then in 61 he was 18-13. And then in 62, he won 25 games, and he basically pitched like that for 5 straight years. It's 1 out. Warwick takes a ball. The count is 1-1 on Karl Warwick. Oh. Here's the pitch from Koufax. 5'9", right-handed, and he struck him out. Isn't that a delight? 6 strikeouts for Sandy. Nice to have a great pitcher on the mound, even though he let up a run in the first. This is opening day. Here's Curt Flood now, 2 outs, nobody on. See if Sandy can strike out the side here. He gets the sign from Roseboro. The pitch to Flood. And that's 110 left-handed, and he pops him up to short. And Wills makes the catch, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Sandy, and he's retired 7 in order. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. Broglio on the mound. He's retired 7 in order. And Jim Gilliam leads it off, grounded to second in the first. Look at this, folks. I have an update. Dolphins lead the Chargers 27-24 in the 4th period, just starting now. How do you like that? This has been some game. This game has gone back and forth. Okay, Broglio facing Gilliam. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 4-3. Switch hitter batting left. Grounds it to second. And Javier has it over to White. And that's 8 in a row by Broglio. So we're seeing 2 excellent pitching performances here tonight. Willie Davis steps up. Tommy on deck. The defense for both teams is not so great today in that Dolphins-Charger game, obviously. Here's the pitch to Willie Davis. 5-4 left-handed, catcher X. That'll be Euchre. He's a 2-5. He's a pretty good fielder, but not a great arm. 2-5 for Euchre. That's 18-2. And he fouls out to Euchre. 2 away. Having a +1 arm as a catcher is not a great idea when you're playing the Dodgers. You have Willie Davis and Maury Wills are double A's. Now it's 30-27 Chargers over the Dolphins. 30-27, and here's the extra point. They just got a touchdown. And the extra point is good. So it's 31-27. 2 outs. Tommy Davis at the plate. Here's the pitch. That's going to be 3-8 right-handed, and he grounds it back to Broglio, who throws to Bill White at first, and there's another 1-2-3 for Broglio, and he's retired 10 in order. Broglio 10 in order. Koufax 7 in order. So 1-1 game, top of the 5th. Out comes the Dodgers. Come the Dodgers. Koufax on the mound. He'll face Euchre, Broglio, and Javier. They did use a pinch hitter for Euchre, Phil Gagliano. And then McCarver came in to catch. And you wonder, he had already been a regular. I think his first year was 62, I'm not certain. And why they would bring, I guess the only reason I can imagine, they bring and Gagliano in, is they thought he was a better hitter maybe. Actually, he's a right-handed hitter, and McCarver is a left-handed hitter. Okay. And Gagliano only had 58 at-bats. He has no card. So we would not use him. But we might, if we need to, we might use that idea. Okay, Sandy will face Euchre. Here's Bob Euchre stepping into the batter's box. Sandy into his windup. The pitch to Euchre. That's 5-8 right-handed. Grounds it to second. For Javier, he's a 2. Scooping 11-2. Javier is a 30. Let's roll it. And he boots it for an error. Javier with the error. And Euchre is on. I don't think he has much speed. Actually, it's not Javier. I am so sorry. It was Gilliam, and he's a 41. And he's a 4. But it was a 41 on the die, so that'll be this, and it's the same. So Gilliam charged with the error. Euchre is a 1-10. An E. Broglio will come to the plate. He's a B bunter. He's a 3 WR. We'll have him lay it down. Infield is back. Broglio, a B bunter. Uh-oh, 9. That looks like a beauty. Yes, it's hit to third base. And the only play is to first, and Euchre goes to second base. So Euchre in scoring position here with 1 out, and Julian comes up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Koufax from the stretch. The pitch to Javier. 6'8", right-handed, pops him up to short. He was jammed. Wills makes the catch, and that's 2 away. Huh? Koufax, oh, the next best starter for the Dodgers. Is that so? And that's in 64? Let me check that out. I'm just going to peruse their pictures. That's pretty wild. Price still had a 2.19 ERA. I love seeing people like Howie Reed. I believe he went to Montreal in the 69 draft. A lot of veterans were unprotected. It looks like that is exactly right. Not that I didn't believe you. It's just hard to believe. That is really something. So it's they had a couple of them, at least, maybe 2 or 3. It was strange how, and I remember it as a kid, when Koufax retired the next year, not only did you think the Dodgers wouldn't be that good, they weren't. I mean, that, you know, you can shave, 20 games, considering another pitcher would win a half of the others, or less. You could shave 20 games off your wins just by losing someone like him. And also what that can do for a team in morale. It's 2 outs. It's Euchre on second. Dick Grote is the batter. This is a clutch situation here in the top of the 5th for St. Louis. Grote doubled and scored the Cardinals' run after James doubled. And those have been all the hits allowed by Sandy. 2 in the first. Here's the pitch to Grote. That's 1-8, left-handed, fly ball center. And under it is Willie Davis. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits, the error, left on base. Middle of the 5th, it's a 1-1 game. And quite an exciting ball game. I remember being a kid and going through all that. He was a legend. My parents would just tell me over and over again, he's Jewish. You know, I'm Jewish, you know. I never had sort of a tribal thing. I don't think it would be the right words for me to say I'm proud that he's Jewish. Pride is usually foolish. But it's interesting that he's Jewish, because there aren't many, okay? Okay, it's Ernie Broglio now, pitching to Fairley in the bottom of the 5th. We're here on the Strat O Matic Baseball Network. This is a Sunday night Strat O Matic 1964 baseball replay. Okay, Broglio is ready. Here's the pitch to Fairley now. That's 2-7 right-handed, and that's a base hit by Fairley. A base hit to right. Fairley now is on first to lead it off. And of course he was drafted by the Expos. Played pretty good baseball for the Expos that year. And we'll be seeing more of him because he played a lot at the end of the season versus the beginning and the middle. He's been playing more though lately. And I know that because he had about 304 at bats. And he doesn't play too much. So he has to play every day at the end. Okay? At least against right-handers. Here's Frank Howard. Fairly on first. That is a wild fact, Rick, about the 7 wins. Howard at the plate now. Broglio from the stretch. That's 3-6 right-handed. Struck him out. And that's the first strikeout tonight for Ernie Broglio. And here's John Roseborough. He flew to left in the second. I heard the Yankees in real world, the Yankees today had quite a crazy game. They were no hit through 10. And then I don't know what the play was, but it was a walk-off for them to win it in the 11th. I guess that means that that was in Yankee Stadium. That's freaking wild. That could go down. I mean, maybe Harvey Haddock's was the craziest case. If you look at his, I think he went 13 innings. He ended up losing. Go look it up. It's amazing. If you don't know it. Here's the pitch from Broglio. That's going to be 3-3 right-handed. He hit him. So Roseborough gets hit. He's okay, he says to the dugout. And the Dodgers have first and second with 1 out. And Warehouse comes up. Warehouse flew to right. Oh, that hit the ground. "11 minutes left in real world. Dolphins down by 4. It's their ball, 2nd and 15. That's incomplete. No flag. Okay, Warehouse facing Broglio. Here's the pitch. That's 1-7 right-handed. Walked him. So Broglio has loaded him up with 1 out, and Sandy's coming up to the plate. Okay. Let's see what happens. Sandy is a beat bunter. I guess he practiced doing that. He was a very poor fielder. And he always claimed that as a fielder, as a pitcher, that he wasn't very good at throwing to first base. He said he was okay at being able to field the ball on a bounce, but he wasn't very good at throwing to first base. God. Just home plate. Okay, it's 1 out. The bases are loaded. Infield is back for the double play. Here's Broglio and the pitch. That's going to be 5-8 right-handed. And he pops it up to first. And Bill White makes the catch. That'll be 2 away. It's up to Maury Wills. Now Maury, Singleton scored, flew to center. He stole second. Broglio's first endurance inning is the 7th. Here's the pitch to Wills. That's 5-10. Switch hitter batting left, grounder to short. That'll be for Grote. He's a 342. This could be trouble. 13-3. Oh, he throws him out. But the run comes home. Oh no, the side is retired. I'm so sorry. Please beg my pardon. So Broglio gets out of it. A nice play by Grote. And the Dodgers leave 3 on in the 5th. We're still all tied up 1-1, a pitcher's duel between Sandy Koufax of the Dodgers and Ernie Broglio for St. Louis. I guess the Dolphins, they got a field goal. They're down by 1 with 10 minutes to go. This game is something, huh? 31-30 Chargers over the Dolphins. 4th quarter, 10 minutes and 3 seconds left to play. Chargers ball. Sandy has not come out yet. The rest of there he is. Sandy coming out to the mound. Taking his warm-ups. This will be his 6th inning. You can't say that you retired this guy. No, that's a shame. But here comes Bill White to lead it off. Sandy is ready. We're on the top of the 6th at Dodger Stadium. Still all tied at 1. White is 0 for 2, struck out twice tonight by Sandy. Okay, Koufax ready. White in the batter's box. This is lefty again. Here's the pitch from Koufax. 2-10, left-handed, fly ball to left. Tommy Davis getting around under that. He makes the catch. White is 0 for 3 against Koufax tonight now. And it's 1 out, nobody on. Here's Charlie James. He did not play much this year. Actually, I'm sorry, excuse me, 233. He went to the Mets. And that's where he'll go when the time comes. And he did not have much of a career. Charlie James is the batter. Now, James doubled with Grote on second after he doubled. That was in the 1st. That's been the run. That was the run for the Cards. Koufax, the pitch. 1-4 left-handed. Oh my, there it goes by Charlie James, deep to left field. And that is gone. Charlie James has just hit a home run off of Sandy Koufax. And that's going to make it a 2-1 ball game. St. Louis, and that's the 2nd run batted in for Charlie James. He's having a night. Oh my. For James, that's his 1st home run of the season. And that ties him for the most home runs in all of Major League Baseball. He's tied with 9 people for home runs. In fact, this is the 1st home run by a National League player. I don't think we played too many. Excuse me, folks. I have to enter this. I'm so sorry, and I'm a little awkward right now. That is the first home run for a National League player. So it's a 2-1 game. It's always a little shocking to see Koufax let up a home run. I think he let up 13 this year. Yeah, 13. I just remember seeing it earlier. That's very low, or relatively low. Okay, Ken Boyer comes up. And to see Koufax lose is always bizarre, okay, to me. Here's Koufax now, the pitch to Boyer. That's 4-8, right-handed. He walked him, so Boyer's on. It's 2-1 now, Cardinals. And here's Karl Warwick. Koufax from the stretch. And the pitch. That's 5-6 right-handed, struck him out. That's number 7 for Sandy tonight. And Kurt Flood, the batter. So James has knocked in both runs for the Cards. The double in the first and in the home run this inning. Here's Koufax. The pitch to Flood. That's 6-5 right-handed. Struck him out, and the side is retired. That was nice. He ended up the inning with 2 strikeouts. But there was a run on the home run by James. And we're going to the bottom of the 6th. It's St. Louis 2, Dodgers 1. Opening day for both these clubs. Here's Broglio, bottom of the 6th. Sandy's endurance is 9. Isn't that nice? That's just like old timers, right? And Broglio, a 7. Broglio loaded the bases with Dodgers in the 5th, but he got out of it. He did so with only 1 out, and he got out of it. Dodgers left 3 on there. That's bad left on base, because you got nothing. Okay, Broglio facing Gilliam to start off the bottom of the 6th. Gilliam 0 for 2. Switch hitter batting left against Ernie. Here's Ernie now. The pitch to Gilliam. That's 4-12. Switch hitter batting left. Oh, it's deep. I don't think he has the power. No, he does not. And that is going to be a base hit, though, for Gilliam. So Gilliam gets a nice piece of it and slips a base hit there to right field to lead it off. And Gilliam is a C. He's not being held. Here's Willie Davis now. Davis and A. Bunter. That's very inviting. With Tommy Davis on deck. That is very, very inviting. But we're going to have Davis hit away. It's always a tough call. Broglio from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Davis. That's a 4-9, left-handed. That's hit well by Davis in the gap at right center. In fact, this might score Gilliam. Gilliam rounding third. 1-14. -1, 1-13. He will hold. And the fans are excited here at Dodgers Stadium. A double by Willie Davis. Let's look at that again. We have not touched the dice. It's 4-9 left-handed. There it was. 19 on the die. Now the Dodgers have Willie Davis on second and Gilliam on third, and Tommy Davis coming to the plate. Again, Broglio's first endurance next inning. But there is action in the St. Louis bullpen. Ron Taylor pitched in this game in Real World, and he's warming up right now. I use it as a guideline, not as a absolute. I could use Barney Schultz, for Christ's sakes. I could use to make my own decision here. I made an error. Barney Schultz is warming up in the bullpen. It might be smarter to bring in Taylor if early, if needed, if three are needed. Okay, the infield is back. I don't know what they plan to do. It's second and third, no outs. Here's the pitch to Davis. That's 6-8 right-handed, and it is a base hit by Tommy Davis. That's going to score Gilliam. Willie Davis goes to third, and the Dodgers have tied it up here in the sixth. Still nobody out. Tommy Davis with a second and third, no outs. Got a changeup from Broglio, and he changed it up all right. He got a base hit to left that screamed through the infield. Tommy now on first, Willie on third, no outs, one in. And here comes Ron Fairley. They're going to stay with Ernie now. Okay, Broglio, the pitch to Fairley. That's 6-7 left-handed, and that is a ground ball to first. White takes it himself to the bag. Willie Davis comes in to score. And Tommy goes to second. Be a run batted in for Ron, and it's a 3-2 ball game now. Dodgers lead it. It was a ground ball, a chopper with a high bounce. Bill White had it, and then his only play was to go to his own bag. As Willie came home, Tommy now on second with one out, and here comes the big man. That might have been out. If they had the infield in, that would have been maybe I'd have to look. They either get him at the plate or hold him. You can't have it both ways. Okay, big man steps into the box. It's Tommy on second with one out. Dodgers leading now 3-2. Here's Broglio from the stretch. 5-7 right-handed. Grounds it to second X. Whoops. That's Javier at 230. Julian, 18-2. Oh! He turns the double play, Julian. Oh no, there's a guy on second. I am so sorry. He's out. Willie holds. Tommy holds. I'm not doing well. Just a little nervous here. 2 outs. Tommy on second. 2 in. It's Dodgers 3, Cardinals 2 now. Quite a game. Here's Roseboro. Flew to left, got hit by a pitch from Broglio. Schultz is available. In fact, they'll probably have a pinch hitter for Broglio if he gets out of this. In the 7th, they may have a pinch hitter for Euchre because they did so in real world. Okay, here's Roseboro at the plate. And the pitch from Broglio. That's 6-9 left-handed. Oh my! That is a base hit by Roseboro. And Tommy Davis comes home. 3 big runs for the Dodgers here in the 6th. And here comes Johnny Keane, the manager for the Cardinals, walking to the mound. Warehouse is due up. Keane having a talk with him. It looks like they're deciding. 3 runs are in. It's a 4-2 ball game now. Dodgers leading. Well, it looks like they're going to stay with Ernie. They're going to give it one more little chance with Warehouse 2 outs. Roseboro on first. He's a WW Warehouse, so I don't think we have much to worry about there. So Broglio digs in. Here's the pitch to Warehouse. That's 4-7, right-handed. Grounds it to short. Grote to White, and the side is retired. So 3 big runs for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 6th. And after 6, it's 4-2 Dodgers over the Cardinals. What a ball game. And here comes Sandy now. Sandy led up the home run to Charlie James in the 6th. And that put the Cards ahead, but that happened before the Dodgers came back with 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th. And it's Sandy's to keep. And leading it off, there's going to be a hitter for Bob Euchre. Okay, there's going to be a hitter for Euchre. Let's see who it's going to be. I see McCarver is putting on his... Well, they've got a hitter by the name of Mike Shannon. I don't know how often they used him early. He had 253 at-bats. This is, I don't know which year this was for him. Don't tell me he was a rookie. You know, he died this year. And Euchre, speaking of Euchre, who we're pinch hitting for, expressed his dismay about that. It was an interview. This is his 3rd year. So he's fine and well to hit. And he's a right-hander, so it's going to be Mike Shannon coming in to hit. For Euchre. And Tim McCarver will be the new catcher. McCarver is a 3-0, an E6 compared to Euchre, who is a 2+1, 5. So McCarver is the new catcher. He'll replace Shannon in the lineup. Shannon steps in now. Sandy is ready. Here's the windup and the pitch to Shannon. That's 1-6, left-handed, hit deep by Shannon, and it's gone. Look at Koufax, the look on his face. Mike Shannon on the first pitch, 1-6, left-handed. Home run 1-18, it's an 11. Oh my. Shannon with his first home run of the season. Anybody out there? Anybody at all? It's now a 4-3 ball game. What a frickin' game. Anybody at all? Anybody out there? Sandy allows his second home run of the ball game to the young hitter Mike Shannon. So Shannon hits the second home run. Aqualung is stunned. It's just a great game as far as I'm concerned. I just want to enjoy it, if you know what I mean. I just have to enter this for Mike Shannon. Very awkward for me. There's got to be a better way. Oh, Lord. Did I forget to do that? Oh, my. I got to check something here. Oh, there it is. Okay. This is only the second NL game I've played. Koufax is not beyond the realm of feasibility for Koufax to allow 2 home runs in a game. The fact that they're both one-run home runs and that the Dodgers are still winning says something. Maybe the fact that this is the first game of the season for each team. Now there's going to be a hitter for Broglio. Look at this. Now Broglio is still the loser of record. He pitched 6. Seven hits. Allowed 4 runs. It is going to be Barney Schultz. It's quite possible this could happen. Let's see who's hitting. What a ball game. Now, we're not going to use Brock. I have him in this set because we were using him in the World Series. He will go to the Cubs when the time is right. Now that I have him out, it's probably smart for me to just leave him out so later tonight. Let's see who's going to hit here. My Lord, they do not have many. Oh God, they have a thin lineup. My goodness. Wow. Okay, it's going to be Dal Maxfield. It'll be nice when they get Brock. Lord. I'll leave him out here. Dal Maxfield, not much of a hitter. But, you know, if you watch the World Series, he got some hits. Here's Dal Maxfield now facing Koufax. Koufax is stunned too. Okay, no outs, nobody on after the home run by Shannon. It's 4-3 now. Here's Sandy, the pitch to Maxfield. That's 4-5, right-handed. Oh my! It's a drive hit out to left, but that's going to be playable by Tommy Davis, and there's 1 out. And he was a W anyway, Maxfield. Schultz is ready in the bullpen. Here's Julian. Julian 0 for 3. To shortstop each time, grounded out and then popped twice. Too short. It's a 4-3 ball game. We're in the top of the 7th. We'll have the 7th inning stretch at the end of this half. There's a strike, swing and strike by Javier. And there's a swing and strike again. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on Julian. Okay, Sandy, the wind and the pitch to Javier. That's 6-5 right-handed. Struck him out. And that's number 9. Isn't that a pleasure? And he's still winning this ball game. Here's Dick Groth. Sandy's got to really bear down now. 2 outs, nobody on. Groth, 1 for 3. Scored the first run. Here's the pitch from Sandy. 111, pops it up to third. Just foul. And Warehouse makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1 run, though, for the Cards. The Redbirds get a run. It's the 7th inning stretch. The score is Dodgers 4, Cardinals 3. And we'll be back in just a couple minutes on the Strat O Matic Baseball Network. Huge home run by Mike Shannon, I'll tell you that. And I'll be back in just a few minutes, people. What a freaking game. What happened here? Oh my Lord, the Dolphins have taken the lead 36-34 in the 4th quarter with 1 minute and 9 seconds remaining. This is a game, and I've had it muted the whole time. This game will go down as an amazing game because it's been back and forth. This game is still not over. Now the Dolphins retake the lead. Oh, let me find the Cubs. Here they are. See how easy that is. One minute and 9 seconds left. Chargers ball. They're on their own 15. And there's a completed pass for first down, I believe. 4th down. No, it's not. 4th down and 25 yards? Holy shit. And they've taken a timeout with 1 minute and 1 second left. They've got one play here. Oh, I'm sorry, 4th and 13. I'm so sorry. So this is really going down. It's a minute and 1 second left. Timeout. Miami leads 36-34. It's a 4th and 13 for the Chargers, like on their own 25 or something. Let me just check this down. Oh my goodness. He was sacked. Oh, Lord, that's big. I think the game's over. I think this freaking game is over. There's 55 seconds left on the clock. The quarterback for San Diego was sacked on a 4th and 13. The Dolphins will win this one 36-34. Are they already walking off the field? No. They do a couple plays from scrimmage, just for the formality of it. This, and I know this is true about your town, but in my town, I love it. You could turn on local TV in the evening and get a great, now this was a 4 p.m. start, but you're going to get so much talk. You know how fans are. They're so into it. It happens to be Miami. They're into the Dolphins, for Christ's sakes. Barney Schultz will be the new pitcher for the Cards. I'll be back in just a couple minutes, people. This is the Strat O Matic Baseball Network. Wow, what a game. My God. And there's an 8 p.m. game, right? Get to watch Aaron Rodgers tonight, anybody? Aaron Rodgers with the Jets. Hey everybody, it's Jeffrey Guterman here on the Strat O Matic Baseball Network, and I'm having I don't know about you, I'm having an utterly delightful evening here on the Strat O Matic Baseball Network in Studio B. Also known as the Bob Murphy broadcast booth. The Cardinals take the field, and there's a new pitcher, Barney Schultz. He's a right-hander. I think his numbers speak for themselves. The 1-3 record doesn't mean anything. He didn't pitch too much. I think he pitched toward the end of the season. Oh, McCarver is the catcher now. And here come the Dodgers. Koufax leads it off. And this game is so realistic, it is completely feasible that Koufax could allow solo home runs in the 6th and the 7th. He has struck out 9. He's allowed 3 runs through 7. And the Dodgers lead it 4-3. If you could hit a home run off Koufax in real world, he just hit it right, then this could happen. Okay, Koufax, a right-handed hitter. And the pitch from Schultz. That's 3-9, and he grounds it to third. Boyer has it. Throws to White, it's 1 away. Oh, Sandy got a piece of it. Here's Maury Wills. $50,000 plus here at Dodger Stadium for opening day. Schultz into his windup. The pitch to Wills. 3-7 right-handed. Grounds it to first. And White takes it to the bag. 2 outs. And the batter is Jim Gilliam. And there's a big hand here for Gilliam. Oh, a big hand. And for no particular reason. But Gilliam steps in now. It's 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Barney now. The pitch to Gilliam. 5-10, switch hitter batting left, grounds it to short for Grote, and he throws to White. It's a 1-2-3 for Schultz. 4-3 Dodgers. We're heading to the top of the 8th. Sandy. His first endurance is the 9th. Just like an old timer. Leading it off is Bill White. He's 0 for 3. Struck out twice by Sandy and flew to left. Here's the pitch from Sandy. 5-7, left-handed, struck him out. Number 10 for Sandy. And now Charlie James, boy, he's hit Koufax tonight. He doubled a run home in the 1st and then the solo home run in the 6th. He also grounded to short. Sandy winds, and the pitch. 5-5, right-handed, struck him out. Number 11 for Sandy. So In some ways, we're seeing a masterful performance from Sandy. 2 outs now, and here's Ken Boyer. Boyer struck out twice by Sandy, and he walked. Here's the pitch. That's 2-8 left-handed, and it's a base hit by Boyer. A very clean single of Sandy. Boyer gets his first hit of the ball game. He's on first, 2 down, and it's Karl Warwick. Sandy from the stretch. That's 2-6 left-handed, and that is a double down the line for Warwick. Boyer rounding second, he's going to third. So Sandy not quite on tonight. I guess he just isn't quite, they're getting hits off him. Maybe my expectations are too high, but Warwick doubles off Sandy at second and third, 2 down. Here's Curt Flood, so the Cardinals will not quit. Flood 0 for 3. This is a big frickin' at bat. Sandy and the pitch. That's 5-5 right-handed, and he struck him out. Koufax strikes out the side. It's true. No runs for St. Louis. They had second and third with 2 down left on. Middle of the 8th, it's a 4-3 ball game. Here's Schultz. If you're looking ahead, it will be Tim McCarver, a left-handed hitter against the southpaw, a pinch hitter for Schultz, and Julian in the top of the 9th. The Dodgers lead it 4-3. This is an interesting example of when he doesn't even have his best stuff, he's good. Okay. Willie leads it off for the Dodgers here in the bottom of the 8th. Barney retired the side in order in the 7th. Here's the pitch to Davis. That's 2-6 right-handed, pops to first, and Bill White makes the catch, 1 away. Now here's Tommy. Okay, Tommy Davis facing Barney. The wind-up and the pitch to Davis. That's 6-8 right-handed, and he grounds to third. Boyer throws him out 2 away. And it's Ron Fairley. So it's been quite an interesting ball game here tonight at Dodger Stadium. Here's Barney now. The pitch to Fairley. That's 6-10 left-handed. Grounds it to short X. Grote 342. That's a 3-3. That'll go through for a base hit. Grote could not get that. A 2-out single by Fairley. And here's the big man, Frank Howard. Well, would they love to see a long one from the big man right now? Just to get some insurance, even though Sandy, I think Sandy's going to come through tonight. Here's Barney now. The pitch to Howard. 2-4, right-handed, grounds it back to Barney. He throws it to first. We're going to the ninth. It's the Dodgers by 1. And Sandy has gone all the way tonight. Not exactly a Sandy type of ball game, but still a good ball game. He's allowed 3 runs in 8 innings, including 2 solo home runs. James in the 6th, pinch hitter young Mike Shannon in the 7th. It's the Dodgers by 1. And it's going to be, believe it or not, Tim McCarver, a left-handed hitter, and he did come in the game, and he did hit. So McCarver, he had some issues that he didn't feel right to be starting the game. So Keene started Euchre, and the rest went from there. But here's Tim McCarver now. It's going to be lefty-lefty. We're in the top of the 9th. Sandy into his windup and the pitch. That's 410 left-handed. He struck him out. That's number 13 for Sandy Koufax tonight. The festivities have already started here at Dodger Stadium. Now there's going to be a pinch hitter for Schultz. He pitched 2 innings. Let's see who it can possibly be. They don't have much of anybody, for Christ's sakes. You're not going to believe this. They just have too few people in their lineup, and I'm going to have to do it. I hate doing this, folks, but Johnny Lewis is the only other player in this lineup. Something about their... What I'm going to do is I'm going to look for a pitcher who is a good pitcher and a right-handed hitter, a good hitter, if they have such a thing. I hate to do this, you know. I have one other option, and that is to look at their rosters and pull a nameless player, which I think I would do. Otherwise, I'll have Roger Craig, a right-hander, come into pitch hit. He's a 3 WR. You got to do what you got to do, but I'm going to see if I could somehow. It's between Lewis and I think Lewis is out of the question. It could be Roger Craig, but I'm gonna, if you don't mind, spend a minute and look at these rosters. I'm sure they had other players, and I'll have to use nameless. Just give me a couple minutes here. I don't like to mess around, do stupid stuff, you know what I mean? Douglas Clemens, pinch hit on April 17 against the Giants. He went 0 for 1, but let's see him on the year. Oh my Lord. He was traded to the Cubs and he ended up having 140 at-bats, and he's a 279 hitter. So yes, he will hit. It's going to be This is astonishing. It's going to be Doug Clemens. Let me get his nameless player. Douglas Clemens. Wait, tell me he's a left-handed hitter. He's a left-handed hitter. Oh, God. That's not fair. That's not freaking fair. Is it? Jesus. And I'm going through a few more. I think I've gone through like 8 games now. Oh, here's a Jeff Law. And a Jerry Bushak. Bushak hits right. He had a 200 average. That's fair. We'll use him. I know just the card for him. Just so we know we're doing everything we can for these teams. Here's his card. It's a 240, but we're going to make him a W power, and he had no home runs, hit 200. So these home runs will be a single, 2 asterisks. There'll be a 1 to 12 C. He's a right-handed hitter, and his name is Jerry Bushak. He played 7 years. Played on the Mets in '68. So Bushak steps in to face Koufax. I appreciate all of your patience with trying to work that out. Okay, Sandy with 1 out. Bushak, right-handed hitter. Sandy into his windup and the pitch to Bushak. That's 6-7 right-handed. And he struck him out. That's 2 this inning. And he has struck out the last 5 outs. Last 5 outs. And that's number 14 for Sandy. And we go to the top of the order. It's going to be Julian now with 2 outs and nobody on. Julian Javier, a right-handed hitter. Sandy with 14 strikeouts. It's Dodgers 4, Cardinals 3. And that's fouled back and out of play by Julian. Bushak. He went down, Aqualung. I have to remember stuff like that. 0-1 count on Julian. Okay, Sandy now into his windup. And the pitch to Julian. 2-7, right-handed, left-handed. And that's swung on, and that is a base hit to left field for Julian. A 2-out single off Sandy. I could just see it happen. A nice swing by Julian. And the Cardinals are still alive. Julian, the tying run on first with 2 outs. And here's Dick Grote, a right-handed hitter. Okay, Koufax on the rubber, looking into Roseboro. Hey, Aqualung, I could have kept looking, but I couldn't find anybody better. Here's Sandy now, from the stretch. The pitch to Grote. That's 3-7 left-handed. He pops it up to short. And Maury Wills makes the catch, and the ball game is over. Well, the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers, and by the way, they were 2 games under 500 in real world in 64, but the world champion Dodgers started off nicely on opening day here at Dodger Stadium with a 4-3 win over the Cardinals. Koufax got the win. He's 1-0. He went all the way, pitched 9. He allowed 7 hits. Sandy walked 3. He struck out 14. And he allowed 3 runs. The loss goes to Broglio. The final line, Dodgers, 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. Cardinals, 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. It was a treat to see Sandy. Oh yeah, I know. I know Aqualung. Exactly, yeah. But I mean, this was a great game. I loved it. It was just like a treat to watch Sandy. Even when he didn't have his greatest stuff, he was still good, very good. And the bottom line is the W. So stay strong, Aqualung. My friend Rick. Ron, if you're still around, I know you wanted the Cardinals. And everybody else here, stay strong, stay well, and I'll catch you all next time.